So here is another sample question. And this one has to deal with, again, find the slope, but they give you pictures, they don't give you actual ordered pairs. And I already told you that on ALEKS, they're not going to give you these little dots. They're just going to give you a line, but because you have a grid, you can see the best points that you can use because they'll go right into the corner of those grid marks. But since I already said we're going to use this little point, and we're going to use this point, what I suggest is just find the coordinates. I know that this is going to be a negative slope. Yes, if you're that person who likes rise over run, if you want to say, oh, I go down and I went across, you can do it that way. But for us, just get the coordinates. For here, we need to have an x and a y value. So how do we find x and y? Remember, this is your x, this is your y. From this point, go up to your x line. It's a 3. And then go over to your y line. You can see 1, 2, 3 as well. Now, for this one, so you know that for here, we're going to use this as a negative number because we forgot that we went down, we went over to this line, which is the negative line. This one was positive, and this, remember, is negative. It helps if I label the graph. So for this guy, let's figure out. We need to have an x and we need to have a y. So from here to get to the x, just drop down and it looks like -2. And then to go over to the y, it looks like +1. Again, this is going to be easier when you do it on ALEKS because they're going to have graphing paper, so it's easier to see these numbers. Now that we got our 2 points, we're going to be focusing on this ordered pair and this ordered pair. Then what you're going to do is use the bare bones formula. So for that, all you want to do is kind of focus on, we need to figure out how our y's change. Doesn't matter if you want to go from here to here or here to here. Because I'm used to reading graphs, just like I always told you for slope, go from your left to your right, I'm going to go this direction because that's how I read the slope of line. See how it's going downhill, so that's why I know it's a negative slope. So I'll say, I started as a 1, but I changed to a -3. And then let's pay attention to how our x has changed. You went from a -2, but then you changed to a 3. Once you plug in your numbers, then you just want to simplify. So what you want to do is drop in those ones, and then you get 1 times 1, it's just 1. -1 times -3 is going to be a +3 at the bottom. -2, and then here, -3. So when I collect, we'll have 4 on top, 1 plus 3, and down at the bottom, -2 and a -3. We're going to get a -5. Now you can't reduce this. We know that a positive divided by a negative would be a -4/5. This makes sense because we were going downhill. We knew that this was going to be a negative value. Sometimes this will divide out evenly, sometimes you'll have a fraction.